Hey guys, Enders here, welcome back to another video. Do you guys remember this video a couple days ago, entitled Battlefield 2042 is not a good game? And one of the things that I used in the thumbnail for that video was a recent PC Gamer article. The reason I used that recent PC Gamer article is there was an alarming amount of people basically saying that Battlefield 2042 was saved, and that the game is great now, and the header of the article itself was, Battlefield 2042 is really good now. And I just take offense to that because, in my opinion, that is certifiably wrong. Objectively wrong, whatever other words you want to use, it's just completely wrong in my opinion, so I decided to make a video about it. I do my thing, I record the voiceover, I get all the clips ready, get the thumbnail done, and then I finally just, render it, upload it, schedule a post on Twitter to go live as soon as the video goes live. Pretty routine stuff for me. So that video got a pretty good reception. If I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't really state anything crazy in that video. I was just kind of reminding people the reality of Battlefield 2042's situation, and I was actually very satisfied with the reception of that video. Now, what I didn't realize at first was that the person that wrote the PC Gamer article that I used in the thumbnail actually commented on Twitter on my video. And I was totally unaware of this for a couple days because Twitter did that weird thing where it sort of shadow banned him from my timeline. I didn't get notified that there was any notifications regarding him. And before we get into the juicy tidbits of this video, I just want to remind every single person watching this what PC Gamer gave Battlefield 2042 as a review when the game first launched. And I'm not stuttering here, ladies and gentlemen. PC Gamer gave Battlefield 2042 an 80 out of 100. Which, for those of us that can do math, is an 8 out of 10. So keep that information in the back of your head while you watch this video as we discuss what happened with the PC Gamer journalist next. Just for full context so everyone understands what's going on, this is the tweet that he actually replied to. My tweet was, "Sorry, I'll die on this hill, Battlefield 2042 is not a good game. It's gotten better, but all DICE has done for the past 15 months is play catch-up and give us 1/4 of the content we typically get with previous titles. This is the reality." And while some people might agree or disagree with that take, I generally feel like it's not really that hot of a take. I'm just sort of reminding people the real situation that we're in right now. But Morgan Park, who is the staff writer at PC Gamer that replied to this tweet, actually said, "Sad hill to die on. Live service brain rot getting so bad we can't call a game good if its content schedule was unsatisfactory." And what I find so hilarious about his statement is, he doesn't even realize that he's the one with live service brain rot. Imagine being satisfied with a game that has delivered literally 1/4 of what we would typically get with previous Battlefield games, and then being mad when someone like me comes around and actually reminds you of the reality of the situation. Imagine holding the opinion that the game's content schedule doesn't directly correlate to whether or not that game is good. It doesn't really matter if all of the Battlefield 2042 seasons were great if the game still has an unsatisfactory amount of content, doesn't it, Morgan? Because at the end of the day, the game is still lacking vastly in comparison to what the actual community expects to get. I would like to remind every single person watching this video that a single Battlefield 1 DLC actually added more maps to that game than we've received with Battlefield 2042 in 15 months. Of course, while I was reading his reply, I was thinking about all of this stuff, and this is what I replied to him. The game has an abysmal amount of content compared to previous titles and an unbelievable amount of problems. I can't hope to list them in a single tweet, or 50, which is obviously exaggeratory humor, but I digress. I then go on to say, "You're delusional if you think Battlefield 2042 is good after DICE does the absolute bare minimum." There will definitely be some people that agree or disagree on whether or not DICE has done the bare minimum to Battlefield 2042, but my opinion is they have not done the bare minimum because mouse and controller input are still not 100% fixed, and we still don't have squad management in place, which should have been in place at launch and even before launch in the pre-alpha dev builds, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is a Battlefield game. You need squad management in a Battlefield game. So that is my opinion on what the bare minimum would be. And I know what you're thinking right now. Well, what did he reply to you after you replied that? And we'll get to that in a second, but first of all, I just have to point out something very important. First of all, my tweet has 96 likes. His tweet has 22. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a gigantic ratio. But petty humor aside, he actually did reply to this reply of my own. And I know what you're thinking, oh, well, he's a staff writer at PC Gamer, you know, he wrote this entire article, surely he's going to argue with you. Nope, he didn't. He didn't argue with me at all. He didn't even defend himself. You know what he said, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. And I know some of you will probably think, nah, Ender's got to be trolling. I will link the tweet in the description just so you guys know that I'm not trolling. He replied, okay, and he didn't even bother capitalizing it or putting a period. And this man wrote this article. And once I saw this reply, I knew that it was just basically a waste of time. So I just replied to him, ratioed him yet again on the same tweet, and I said, nice. I'm glad you're a staff writer at PC Gamer. Really solid counter argument. And he didn't reply to that either. And you know what? I wasn't going to initially do this, but let's take a look at what the article he actually wrote is. I'm not exaggerating. I will also link this article in the description below if you don't believe me. This entire article is him essentially soy jacking over Battlefield 2042 for multiple paragraphs. He is literally like a child. He's going, oh my god, they added the Bad Company 2 Gaull Sniper like it's 2010. There's a railgun now. It can be configured to be a long-range rifle, SMG, or a shotgun. Ridiculously cool. You know what's funny? He's not even fucking correct. He's not even fucking correct. You can't make the railgun a shotgun. You can make it an AR or a sniper or a burst rifle. You can't make it a shotgun. He didn't even... I'm ending the video. I'm ending the video. Subscribe to the channel, I guess. Just subscribe to the channel. I have to end this before I just banned off YouTube. I swear to God.